This is severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance agent Jamie Dukas, and The Venue at 5 Points Farms. Brought to you in part by Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Weight Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
Well, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Coming up on 12:31 Central, 1:31 Eastern on your Sunday, July 30th, 2023, as we continue to watch some pretty big thunderstorms rumbling across East Alabama and West Georgia. We had a special weather statement that was in effect for portions of Randolph County until just a few moments ago. The Weather Service has now let that expire as the heaviest part of that storm has moved on into Carroll County, Georgia. And is currently situated near Roopville. So maybe some hail there right around downtown Roopville, stretching back up to around Bowden. 100's a nasty ride right now from Bucktown all the way to Bowden. You're good just past Bowden all the way into Carrollton, but that rain's pretty heavy down there from just north of Central Hatchie all the way back up to Roopville to Bowden, down to Bucktown to Ephesus, and then down to around Franklin. Big thunderstorm sitting there on Highway 34, and then some big storms developing in the extreme northwest Troup County. LaGrange, you're okay right now. We look over in East Alabama, heavy rain from Milltown to Pennon, back over to 5 Points, back down to Marcoot and just north of Buffalo. Wadley just getting hammered with torrents of rain. Been raining in downtown Wadley now for a minute. And then back up in Randolph, a couple of pockets of rain there just north of the Friendship community, also near High Shoals, near Potash, Wedowee, Roanoke. You're the only place that has escaped the rain so far. Odds are pretty good you're not going to make it the entire day without it, though, as showers and thunderstorms are surrounding you at this hour. And then as we look in Tallapoosa, heavy rain from just south of Budston back to Camp Hill over to Dadeville. 280 pretty much a washout from Waverly all the way back to Alexander City. Big rains from Kelly's Crossroads to Hyssop all the way back to the Tallapoosa County line. Just to the southeast of Hackneyville and just north of Eagle Creek. A couple of pockets of heavy rain there. Clay, you're not in too bad a shape. You got some moderate to light showers from Bowden Grove down to Lineville and back to Ashland and just north of Millerville. Looking at Coosa County, pretty much showers all over the place from, like we said, the Tallapoosa County line back to Hyssop, down to Kelly's Crossroads, and then up there around Weguffka. And then looking at Talladega County, pretty much just cloudy at the moment with much bigger storms developing over near Gardendale, downtown Birmingham, and then on the west side of Jefferson County and down to just north of Montevallo near Alabaster. So if we zoom out, you can see a heavy thunderstorm near Peachtree City as well. You can kind of get a sense for where the showers and thunderstorms are taking place this afternoon. They're primarily across East Alabama back into Central Alabama, stretching from just south of Atlanta all the way back to just southwest of Birmingham, with a few popcorn storms down around Eufaula, just to the east of Columbus, and we're seeing a few pop-up storms beginning to develop around Montgomery, Tauga County, Elmore, and Montgomery County this afternoon. But the good news is we have no severe thunderstorm warnings for any of these storms this afternoon. We do have a handful of special weather statements, none of which are in our coverage area at this hour. But be careful nonetheless. Lots of lightning out there this afternoon, and you don't want to get caught out in that. You can hear thunder. Remember that you are close enough to be struck by lightning. So Missy says that Bowden just got hit with heavy wind and rain, starting to let up as of now. She said she thought that a tornado was coming over at one point. No tornadoes in any of this stuff. That's the difference between tornadoes and damaging straight line winds. A lot of times, folks, when the wind gets kind of gusty, they think it's a tornado. You don't have to have a tornado to get those straight line winds that can cause a lot of damage. Some of these thunderstorms can cause just as much damage with straight line winds as a small tornado could. So always keep that in mind when we get into these situations. I mean, it happens, and I'm not picking on you, Missy. I'm just, you brought something to mind. You know, you guys get me on my soapbox sometimes. When you say certain things, it triggers. Man, we've had the same thing happen up here in Georgia the last couple of days. We've had big thunderstorms, and we have a handful of trees fall down, and it had to be a tornado because the trees were swaying in the wind. I mean, it had to be a tornado. It just couldn't have been just straight line winds. Yes, most of the time that's what it is. We can see tornadoes on radar. And I can guarantee you, and none of this stuff do we have out there today, are we seeing any type of tornadic rotation. All thunderstorms rotate, by the way. So if you see a big, nasty-looking cloud and it's rotating, that doesn't mean it's a tornado. That means it's a thunderstorm. You got to have that connection between the cloud and the ground to get the tornado. So always remember, all thunderstorms do rotate. Yeah, nice rain falling in Abanda. You got some pretty heavy rainfall there just north of Lafayette, back up toward White Plains. And, I think Roanoke is about to get theirs. We have some showers developing now right over downtown Roanoke. On the southwest side and the northeast side. That should just continue to develop and grow bigger and stronger. With some pretty heavy rainfall probably about to take place over the city of Roanoke. Very heavy rainfall up there around Center Chapel, back down to around Rock Mills at this hour as well. So the whole area really filling in nicely with showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. We're going to continue to watch this for you real close throughout the remainder of the afternoon. And if we were to get any severe announcements from the National Weather Service, and I'll come right back with you, and we'll continue with our coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Brought to you in part by Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Waite Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor weather conditions and return with the latest information as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don's Weather.